Okay, so let's get going with this. A couple weeks back, I bought some pedal covers for the Jeep, and they're just anodized red because that's what color the Jeep is. The trim and stuff. So I got cool yellow. There you go. Red trim everywhere. I got the idea from this logo that came on a Jeep, and also on the Gladiator. It doesn't say it around the Gladiator. That's weird. But either way, it does say it around the Rubicon, so that's what I figured that the accent should be, is red because it's already on there. And got me a 50 cal bullet anodized red antenna. So a couple weeks ago, I bought these pedal covers, and pretty simple. To put the initial pedal covers on, but it came also with this Deadman pedal, so it's a footrest basically for your left foot because it's an automatic, it's not a stick shift, so you don't have that clutch to rest your foot on. So anyway, let me turn this around and I'll get into what came in the box and what didn't come in the box, and what you need to do to install the Deadman cover, the throttle cover and the throttle cover and the try to keep the sun out of the throttle cover and the brake cover with no problem. They just fit right over the existing apparatus. This one you have to actually, the Deadman foot pedal, you have to actually put attach it to the vehicle and mount it to the vehicle, and you don't have to do any drilling. The fasteners are already there. It's only one fastener inside the vehicle underneath the dashboard. We'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, what comes with the box, I did not do an unboxing video. I find unboxing is boring because there's always stuff missing, and in this case there was stuff missing. So anyway, for the pedal itself, this is the Deadman step, I guess. It's really not a pedal, it's just a Deadman step. And then this is the bracket that affixes to right here, if you can see that, fixes right here underneath the dash, and then your pedal attaches to that bracket right there, which we're going to get into this bracket part in a minute. Okay, now like I said, I did not do an unboxing because you notice all the different spaces where you can put those screws through, for depending on how tall you are, how short you are, whatnot. So I think that I tested it with a couple of times on different settings, and I found that the lowest one for me, because I am a little bit short, I don't have this little man syndrome, but we'll get into the bracket in a second. Then this here is the bracket that fits on to your pedal, which plugs into these situations here. So the biggest problem with this whole well, let me go back into what else we got. The screws for the screws right there for this, and I had to go to home. We'll get to that when we get to the bracket. And these are all the extra screws and stuff that they sent with that, and a lot of them very unnecessary, too long, too short, different. I don't even know why there's these what do you call those, sheet metal screws. I don't know why those are in there, but anyway, they are, and that's a big waste of junk right there. But so with all of that coming with it, the one thing that was missing was these nuts that go on these bolts to fasten onto to fasten the bracket on, to fasten this bracket that's attached to this bracket. Anyway, you'll see how it all goes together in a second. And so anyway, this is what I had to go buy, and I bought them I got these at Home Depot. You know, I think it was $4 for a pack of 5 or something like that. Maybe even cheaper than that. Could have been $2.50. I don't know. But that's the size nuts that I had to get for this. And I went ahead and got 1/4-inch lock washers and flat washer. Just cuz. Now in the picture it shows these fasteners that flipped around. So this part is sticking out of the back, which is going to stick into the front of the undercarriage, the frame of the truck, right? The carpet and stuff that's underneath the dashboard. So I just turned it around, and I'll show you how I put this together. I'm not going to take this back apart. It's just too simple to figure it out. I put it as far over to this side, that direction, as far over as I could, to try to line this side up with this side, because this is the part. This is how it fits onto the truck. Okay. Now I'm going to try to do this where I can show you how I'm going to put this together, because I'm going to tighten everything up now that I've already done all the fit up and everything, so I know where I want it, and without taking it completely apart. I'm going to attach the pedal back to this, and first I need to tighten these bolts up, and I was going to use my power drill, but I don't have Allen heads for my drill, so I'm just using I'm just going to use the little Allen wrench that they gave me in the package. So anyway, with that, we're going to tighten up these fasteners, attach the pedal, and I'll try to do this as best I can so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see here. So maybe side and over. Let's see if we got get out of the way. Can you see? Can you see what my good girl has been doing to me? Okay, so here we're going to tighten these up. Let's see, I did not find out what size that is. I do know it's a 6 though. 6, 10, maybe. It's either 9 or 10. Definitely a 10. Okay, so we'll just use we'll just use that by itself. We don't need we don't need the wrench or nothing, because I got lock nuts on these. So just get that good and just get it good and snug there. You should be just fine. And if you hear rattling start, you know where to go. Not me. Go onto your dashboard and tighten those up. So anyway, so now that we got those tightened on there, I'm hoping I'm getting a good video of that. Let's see, where am I? Okay. Yeah, so now we got those tightened on there. The next thing we have to do, because the shape of this, and by flipping those nuts around, that was the big thing. So I have to put this together with this bracket. And since I know where I've got the bracket already figured out, where I'm putting it. See, I'm working on this right side up, but it's also upside down at the same time. Anyway, no, I'm right. Let me see. Okay, this goes like that. That goes like that. Yeah, and then the bracket goes like that. That's right. Yeah, see, that was the biggest thing. Oh, and there's no instructions that come with this. That was one of the major reviews that I saw in the whole when I went to do my review. was the same thing. Nobody, they didn't have the fasteners, and there was no instructions for this part of the installation. But we're getting there. And let me see if I can get that turned around again. How's that? Yeah. So like I said, I have these pre-measured because, like I said, there's four spots on here as well that you can change how far the pedal sticks out. So I found that this one was about the best I could get for my little short body, short legs. And one other problem that I did find was if I wanted to go the one up, if I wanted to go on this one, it doesn't fit in the pedal grooves. See these grooves right here? It doesn't fit in this groove because it comes up too high. And this cut off corner right there, it prevents it from fitting properly. Let's see. Okay. All right, we got that in there. And then we're gonna lightly tighten those up. So it doesn't need to be tightened up like these fasteners here. These had to be tightened up because you can't get back underneath here with a wrench or a ratchet or anything. Socket, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put another twist on those just to make sure, because now the lock washer's got that nut locked. Okay, so we got that locked in. Now, what I'm going to do is this needs to go this away. And yeah, that's right. See, this is what I mean right here. As if, where are we? Let's see, video, where are you? Let me flip this around so I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I have that there. Can I put this on backwards? I put it on backwards because I want it to be this one farther to the bottom. I didn't think about that. Well, let's just try it with this like this, and we'll move forward from there. If I have to take this off and readjust it, I won't take the video, but I'll just readjust it to the way I need it. But other than that, further ado, let's go back to our video. So what I've decided through the thick and through this whole operation was get this installed here. Get that baby in there. And then, since we left this loose, that gives us enough room. Gives us enough room to get in there, underneath there, to get this one installed. Then everything's going to get tightened up at the end here. These are going to get tightened up before this clamp does, before the bracket does. And these are really quick to tighten because there's not a lot of throw in them. Let's see. There we go. Got that one baby in there. This one in here. All right. Now we're going to tighten up these brackets. Let's get these things tightened up. And it's got that big fat aluminum washer in there, so you'll still be able to adjust. It will still adjust. And let's get that down snug like that. Okay. So yeah, it still moves. It's, you know, it's tightened. It's tight, but it still moves in there. So give you that adjustment. Okay. With that being done, now underneath the dashboard is a 13 millimeter 13 millimeter nut that's attached to something underneath the hood. They didn't mention what it was. I don't know what it is either. So what we're gonna do though is we're gonna take that nut off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that nut off, and then we're gonna install the bracket, this hole right there over top of that fastener that's coming through there, and reinstall the nut. So it's a 13 millimeter. I grabbed 2 extensions. I don't know if I need a longer one or a shorter one, but I definitely need a deep well 13 millimeter socket. Okay, that's what the size that fastener is underneath underneath the dashboard. Let me take this sweater off. It's getting kind of warm. Okay. So let's see here. Let me flip the camera. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, but this is another plug for a different product. But these headlamps, these things are worth their weight in gold. They're worth more than that. They're worth twice their weight in gold. So let me get under here, show you this fastener that we need to be messing with. It's right there. It's that bottom one. 13 millimeter, and then that bracket fits right over top of that. Let's get it on there. The bracket fits right over top of that. Get some light in there. Fits right over top of that. And then you screw it back down. And then right here you got your Deadman pedal right next to your brake pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video and come back to you after I get this done. This might take a second. So I got the fastener off. And that's what it's going to look like in there. When you get it off, of course everybody knows what a freaking fastener looks like. It felt like it wasn't coming off there for a while, but it certainly needed put some elbow grease into getting that thing loose. So you don't need to use any degreaser or any WD-40 or anything. Just put some man into it, and it comes off. So now I'm going to put it back on. Pause, and then I'll show you the final result. Okay, so this is what we got. Didn't take as long as I expected. That's what we got. We got the bracket hooked up there. Be sure to make that nice and snug, because like I said, it was a little difficult to get off in the meantime. Also, there's is where those bolts would stick out, and you could put them in that way. There's about, let's see, at least to my knuckle, my first knuckle right there, a space in between the firewall and the foot pedal. And then that's the foot pedal. I tested out. Foot rides perfectly on it. I recommend adjusting everything, but dry run it before you take that nut off and actually install it, so you make sure you know where the pedal wants to go. And there you go, install's complete. I got one other thing I'm going to do, but it's going to be for a separate video. These brackets right here, I'm swapping these babies out for some anodized brackets. Where am I looking? I'm looking at myself. No, I'm looking at which actually comes with instructions, which is nice. But there they are. Anyway, that'll be on the next update. All right, travel safe, people. Travel safe.